Hi everyone, I'm in Cranborne Chase today, so I'm going to go for a bit of a walk, see what we find. I don't really know this area at all, so but there's some interesting things on the map that are worth exploring, so yeah, come along with me if you're interested in that. So Cranborne Chase is an area of land in County Dorset in southern England. It's a bit like the New Forest in a way, in that it was originally set up as a hunting ground for the king and his mates. So I guess it probably would have been mostly wooded back then, but now it's I don't know, it's a mixture of farmland, downland. There is obviously some woods as well. It's designated as an area of outstanding natural beauty. It is beautiful land. I mean, I know, although I haven't walked around here, I've driven through it many times. It's not so far from where I live. As some of you know, I live in the New Forest, and it's sort of next door to the New Forest in a way. It's about, where I am now is about 35 minutes drive from my home. So yeah, it's one of those places I've driven through on the way to other places and looked around and thought, wow, that's beautiful countryside. One day I must actually go and check it out and do some walking. It's a big area. I mean, I'm just on the edge of it here. So yeah, so today this week I bought a map, a decent OS map of this area, and today is the start, hopefully, of a number of walks. The thing is, it's very beautiful countryside because it's rolling hills. You probably can't see that, but hopefully we'll get some better views later on this walk. But also this area of England where it's all very chalky, and I don't know, there's a lot of historical stuff here. We're not so far from Stonehenge, which some of you will know, and Avebury and places like that. Yeah, there's quite a lot of things here, some of which we might get to see today. But either way, it's a lovely day. It's very sunny. We've had a lot of rain recently and not such dark days, so I don't know. I think there was supposed to be rain today, so we'll see, but at the moment it's looking absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, anyway, I'll get back to you in a minute when I've finished climbing up this gentle slope. So this part of southern England really is very, very chalky. The land is really basically chalk. You can see this is in the path, and it's just all that white is chalk. There's a lot of it around here, going right across the southern part of England. So this bit of hill and open land here is called Martin Down. I ought to Google this really. I've never really understood why it is in this country that we call places that go up to hills downs, because you'll know about the South Downs. But anyway, yeah, this bit's actually a nature reserve, so interesting place, and lots of people out walking their dogs today. It's a great day for walking your dog. So the oak trees have finally lost their leaves, just a few little brown ones left. They all seem to be one of the last to lose them, and one of the last to get them back on in the spring. Just walking along the edge of some woods and seeing these strange looking things, but I can see what they are. If you look down closely, I don't know if you can see the seeds down there. Basically they're feeders for pheasants. I was just walking along by the side of this little strip of trees thinking, well, I haven't seen any pheasants. There obviously are pheasants here some time of the year, but I'm surprised they've got the the seeds out. And then of course, having said that to myself, I stopped to have a pee, and just as I was mid-flow, shall we say, there was this big flapping and a pheasant popped up out of the undergrowth. The thing about pheasants, and you probably know this, is that they're stupid, basically. I can see why people shoot them, because it must be really easy, because you can get really, really close to them before they actually decide it's time to go. And then they sort of take off, and when you're that close, you hardly need a gun. You probably, if you had a long stick, you'd probably get one. Anyway, yeah, this is obviously still hunting country for pheasants. If pheasant shooting counts as hunting, I'm not really sure. So obviously still would be good for hunting if you had a gun. There's some deer there. Oh, they've gone. Wow, what an amazing view. Welcome to the rolling countryside of England. Well, it's part of England anyway. Pretty amazing. That's where we're going, up there, that lump over there, Pembury Knoll. But yeah, you can see a long way here as well. I'll have to see if I can work out how far you can see. So, see it. Probably can, because it's in the middle of the picture. Try and zoom in a bit. That's sticking up amongst the trees there is Pembridge Church. There's a little village down there, so I shall be heading that way later. Hopefully go right past the church. I love this countryside around here. It's just amazing. There's nobody around. It's really quiet. Just me and the wildlife. And look at this view. It's amazing. And it slopes down quite. I don't know if you can see that, but it slopes down quite steeply there. Yeah, it's great. What a day. Okay, so I'm nearly at the path just goes up here. I don't know. Up to where those trees are a bit higher up. So that sort of lump there, you can see it's kind of higher than the surrounding countryside here. That's called Pembury Knoll, and it's an Iron Age hill fort. So yeah, so basically our ancestors were up there a very long time ago. So I'm going to go up there and see what we find. I think that if nothing else, there should be some really good views. Okay, so I made it to the top. I'm not sure there is a lot here really, but there's a lot of trees and there's some amazing views, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm just going to sit down here and make myself a coffee and then make myself some lunch. Okay, so for lunch the plan is, well, first of all, to make a lot of mess in the frying pan and changes. So for lunch the plan is to have this chorizo cooked up in the frying pan in the pot. And what else have we got? Some olives, some tomatoes and some cheese. So got that all up. Like at the moment the pan is way too hot. So what I'm going to do is try and use the Trengia, oh, I can't remember what it's called, the thing that calms down the flame, that thing. So when you put that on, hopefully you get less flame, because at the moment it's burning fat, so let's see how that goes. Trengia is incredibly hot. Okay, so that's got the chorizo in there, the thing which I think is called a simmer, but So the only thing you need to cook this is just sort of heating up really. Obviously you can eat it as it is. But God, that smells so nice. It's good stuff. Alright, looks like it's doing alright. So next thing to do, I think, is to get the carp very cheap Italian chopped tomatoes. Which luckily, look at that, it comes with a pull ring, so hopefully I don't have to try and get my Swiss Army knife out and engineer it with that. Let's see how we get on. This seems to be working. Oh, yep, yeah, we've done it. How about that? Look at that. That's not right. Perfect. Spread it all around a bit. Ooh, sloppy. Very sloppy. It's all red now, so you can't actually see the truth there. Just lots of red glue. Now the question is, should I make it a bit more open? I don't think so. I think what I'm going to do is put the lid on. And see how we get on with that. And in the meantime, see if this coffee's ready for drinking. This is that coffee with the bag. I don't know if you've seen that. It makes life a lot easier. It's real proper ground coffee. It's not instant coffee, and it's just in a bag, like a tea bag. And you just leave it for about, I think it's like minimum 3 minutes, but you can just leave it in there while you're drinking it. Really, it's very nice. So this is the little 14 centimetre zebra lunchbox. You've probably seen me using it before. The thing I like about it is it's so small, so I mean, you can see it's like not very deep at all, and it works really well. So I mean it's not huge capacity. This is definitely a one-person cooking thing, and it comes with this that goes in there, which is like a, I don't know, I suppose you could use it as a frying pan. It doesn't actually come with a handle, but you can buy these. You know, I bought this. It's very cheap. And it does work with that. So you can, if you want to, you can have water boiling in the bottom or something cooking in the bottom, and something cooking on here all at the same time. Double it up. So yeah, I think it's a cool bit of kit really, and it's very lightweight, of course. So packs away nicely. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, so looks like it's tomatoes are starting to bubble a bit. Let's see. I'll use the finger test, and not as warm as it looks actually, surprisingly. I'm going to leave it a little bit. Oh god, I'll just lick my finger so you can't see that, but it tastes lovely. So I'm looking at that truth though. It's such a good flavour on this. Right, I'll leave it a bit longer. Let's have another look. Well, still bubbling away. So I mean, none of this stuff actually. I'm only really heating things up here, aren't I? So I need to start eating. I'm getting hungry. Tasting that, getting hungry. So what I'm going to do now is put some cheese in. So I've got some grated cheese there. Good old English cheddar. Cathedral City. It's probably some recipes on there, so not too far from here maybe. As usual, not got way too much here. But I know that cheese. So the question is, can I get this whole bag in there and serve it into a little bit? And the answer is, I don't know, that's what I'm going to try. I don't want to take too time, do I? I mean, I'm just walking. Yeah. There you go. All the cheese is there. Awesome. So, let's see if we can stir it in a bit. So the idea is that some of this cheese is going to melt, but otherwise I'm going to be eating grated cheese, which, you know, that's not a bad thing, is it? There you go. This is an experiment, by the way. There is no recipe here. I'm just making this up from things that I bought in the village shop on the way out to do this walk. Things in the shop. That's the name of this recipe. Right, I'm going to put the lid back on. Let's see how we get on. Let it heat up a bit more. Right, let's have a look. Oh, that's looking pretty bloody awesome, isn't it? What's wrong there? Nothing. Right, so now one more, the final
ingredient, which is a load of olives and some cheese. The reason it's olives and cheese is because it is meant to be some sort of thing that you just you know, you eat cold. What's it called? I don't know, picky thing that you have with drinks and stuff. But anyway, again, all they had in the village shop. So I'm going to shovel all those in there. That's that. Give it a stir. I don't actually want to cook those things at all, so this is just amalgamating it. Is that the thing? Amalgamating it. Now I think some of these, oh god, I don't know if some of these olives have got stones in, so that's going to be, I'll be planting olive trees up here on Pembury Knoll. Right, so are we there yet? Finger test. God, do you know what? It probably could be warmer, but I'm a terrible one for trying to shove too much food in my mouth too quickly, as my wife will tell you. And if I do that when it's hot, I'll burn my mouth. So I think that's actually good to go. So I'm going to call it there and start eating it. I'm not going to video myself eating it because nobody wants to see that. Haha, I lied. Yeah, no, it really is actually. It's absolutely awesome. Just what you need, because it's starting to get a bit more chilly now, as in cold out here, because the sun's gone in. This is delicious. Very good indeed. Okay, lunch break's over. That's where I was. So now going to start walking back round, so somewhere down that way. Out, so lower down, and you can't see it, but somewhere in the distance there is Pentry, so it should end out by the church there. So I'll come back to you if I see anything interesting along the way. Look at those views. This is such a wonderful place. I'm definitely going to have to do lots of walks around here. Have my lunch. What's from there? I'll turn you round. So there we go. Down to that church, which you may or may not be able to see. Can I zoom in on it? Somewhere down there. Walking downhill. Slowly downhill. This is a great little footpath. It's in really good repair. Nice and sheltered down here. It's getting quite windy up on the hill actually. But this is great. It just basically goes dead straight from up the hill, straight down to by the church. So should be getting there in a minute. This part of my walk today is actually on one of the waymarked paths called the Hardy Way, because obviously Thomas Hardy, if you've read any of Thomas Hardy's books, they're all set in Wessex, which is where we are. A lot of the places, a lot of the villages and towns around here were basically in his books, but he just renamed them slightly. So if you're interested in that, then Google is your friend. There seem to be so many different sorts of paths in this country these days. So there's a footpath that goes up over there, a nice new style that the farmer's done. Well done, Mr. Farmer. Now the way I'm going is a restricted byway, so I'm not really sure what that means, but it means I can walk up it, which is fine. And it looks really cool, look at that, fantastic. Right, now I want to show you something here. You see that white lorry? So that white lorry is basically following an A road, which is a major road that goes, it's coming from the direction of Blandford Forum, and this road heads up to Salisbury. So I'll be up there in a minute, but it's going to be a bit noisy when we're by the road. So now you might wonder, why am I filming a lorry going on the road? Well, okay, there is a reason. So yes, that road is the thing I was trying to show, but probably didn't show at all, is that road is very straight on that section anyway. And the reason is because it's actually built on top of a Roman road. Maybe people watching this from North America won't know about Roman roads, but us Brits know about them a lot, because they're basically incredibly straight roads. The Romans had this knack of building straight roads. They had some very clever ways of doing it, which basically involved just going through whatever was in their way and building them straight. And they were very good roads. I mean, they were properly metalled, by which I mean they actually had stones and stuff on the surface. They weren't just tracks, but they were incredibly straight. I'll just show you on the map, so I'll show you what I mean. So I'm currently about here somewhere. So this red road is the A road I was talking about. You see it's quite wiggly up here, but this bit here, you see how straight it goes, and then that it carries on in a different direction over there. But that down there is the course of the Roman road. It's actually got a name. A lot of the Roman roads have got names. So what's that called? Ackling Dyke. But anyway, that's what they did. So it went up there, and then it actually carries on through that field there and goes off the top of the map there. So incredibly straight roads, and this was actually the road from Old Sarum, which is the old name for Salisbury, to Dorchester, which is further on from Blandford. So yeah, so that's a Roman road. So this impressive mound and ditch that goes along here is Brockley Dyke, or it's called Brockley Ditch. Again, quite old. Various dates that I've seen about it, but it seems to at least partially represent the barrier between the remains of Roman Britain and the Saxon invaders. So it was used as a way of keeping them back, and now it's actually the border between the counties of Hampshire and Dorset. So I'm on the Hampshire side now. Okay, so I've turned away from going on past the ditch, and just down this track should be where I park my car. And if we look over here, that's where I went up earlier on today, up onto that hill and along, and I guess over there, I think that's probably the hill where I stopped for lunch. So yeah, a nice circular walk with some interesting things on the way. So I'll just head on down this path, get in my car and head on home. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I have.